Hello, I'm Mr. Alexandros. I offer valuable information and practical solutions for specific health problems that the medical community simply can't help with. Do you experience unexplained air hunger, mainly in rest? Have you done your medical checkups and doctors got no clue what's wrong with you? Have these so-called experts told you that it's just anxiety and put you on worthless and dangerous medications like antidepressants? Well, if you're otherwise healthy but you experience unexplained constant air hunger in rest, a feeling that you can't satisfy your breathing, a feeling that you need to chase down that perfect big deep breath or yawn, and that feeling is a constant loop that you can never seem to break, always trying to get that good breath, non-stop. It's exhausting, I know, but let me tell you, I've discovered what it is exactly and how to deal with it. No, it doesn't really have to do anything with anxiety. And no medication can ever help you with this, because it's simply not an illness, it's something far more serious. Not serious in terms of you getting health complications because of it. No, it's not dangerous, but in terms of that this condition will never get better or disappear by itself, you have to take action and do something about it immediately. Before we move on, please make sure you subscribe, like, turn on notifications, and write a comment down below if you found this video helpful. I want this video to educate and offer practical solutions to every single human on the planet suffering with this invisible threat. I wish I've had seen a video like this when I needed it the most. Let's continue. So you suffer from constant all-day unexplained air hunger, overbreathing, excessive yawning, or sighing. I will explain to you how this condition develops, why and what is it exactly. This condition is called chronic hyperventilation syndrome. A syndrome is a condition where the medical community doesn't know enough about it to understand how it develops or how to treat it. It's a condition characterized by breathing excessively or too quickly, often beyond the body's metabolic needs. This can lead to a decrease in carbon dioxide levels in the blood, also called hypocapnia, and various physiological and psychological symptoms. This is primarily a dysfunctional breathing pattern, and only specialized respiratory physical therapists may have a clue of what that is. Treatment for this syndrome typically focuses on restoring normal breathing patterns and addressing underlying factors contributing to hyperventilation. Techniques such as breathing retraining, relaxation exercises, cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, and stress management techniques are beneficial. How it happens. Chronic stress, chronic abuse of nicotine, caffeine, alcohol, bad sleep patterns. All of these stressors make us breathe a little bit more than usual constantly. After a while, by breathing so much, we deplete our carbon dioxide chronically. That's because breathing is more about regulating carbon dioxide levels than just taking in oxygen. After slightly overbreathing for months or years, usually we don't notice it, but stress does increase breathing rate dramatically. This makes us sensitive to any raise in carbon dioxide in the lungs, thus making us feel air hunger constantly. That's not all. Carbon dioxide is a very valuable gas in our bodies, and it acts as a relaxant to our airways, muscles, tissues, vessels, etc. If our carbon dioxide levels are low, then everything becomes tighter, which makes us feel our breathing restricted, because our body wants us to stop breathing in such large volumes. That's why it feels hard to get that full deep breath sometimes. So, we experience air hunger not only because we are constantly in low CO2 ranges, but also because when CO2 gets normal, we can't take it, because our CO2 sensitivity is too low. What to do? When we are holding our breath, the first urge we get for an inhale is not because we are low on oxygen, but because CO2 got too high, so we need to expel it. A Buteyko control pause test is literally a test on how much CO2 can you handle. How to do a control pause test. Take a normal breath in, out, and hold your breath. Don't force it or hold for more than you can. Take a breath back in when you feel the first indicator that you'd like to get a breath in again. Again, don't force it. Most people who have this condition can't get more than 5 to 10 seconds during the test. Doing Buteyko 3 to 6 times a day is the only way known to mankind to increase your CO2 sensitivity and thus increase how much CO2 you can handle. Your CP can fluctuate from day to day and time to time, Getting an average morning CP of 25 to 30 seconds over weeks will get you rid of air hunger. Which exercises to do? I've made a very good Buteyko program myself that is hitting the precise points we need for hyperventilation syndrome. There are 2 exercises you will have to do, each 3 times a day. Preferably, both exercises are done one after the other. For example, you can do these 2 exercises in the morning, afternoon, and before bed. Both video links for the guided exercises are in the description down below and on the pinned comment. In the first video, Buteyko exercise guided by me, your main focus is to stop overbreathing, calm yourself, relax completely. To the point. You're almost about to fall asleep on your chair. Let your head fall down, your posture break. When exhaling, feel your body falling down into absolute relaxation. Repeat the words, let go, when exhaling. Over 5 minutes into the exercise, you will notice that your breathing rate has dropped down significantly. You are breathing almost the same way as when you're asleep, and that's exactly the goal. You will get used to breathing shallower and slower over time, retraining your breathing pattern and making you feel satisfied with less breathing volume than what you're used to. Do not force yourself here. Just focus on relaxing and reducing your breathing rates naturally, just by relaxing. In the second video, this is the bread and butter of combating the air hunger. It's a small breath holds exercise. You will have to do this exercise for 4 minutes at the beginning and work yourself up to 10 minutes later in the future. Here, you want to actively make yourself feel air hunger and stay with it, with the complete relaxation of the mind and body that you accomplished from the first exercise before. Breathe normally. Do not give in to the desire to get a deeper breath or yawn. Just work through it. You will be fine. Air hunger cannot hurt you. This is not a very easy exercise as the previous one, but you will get accustomed to it, and you will get dramatic CP gains with this one. That's all. For the love of God, if you suffer with this, do what I said, or try it for at least 5 weeks. First few times or weeks might seem difficult, but trust me when I say there is no other way to combat this syndrome. You have to trust the process and keep doing it. I've tried everything in the past, and nothing else worked. I know people who suffer with this for 40 years, and still to this day, they think there's nothing they can do about it, and just keep suffering the rest of their lives. I'm here to tell you what to do to stop suffering once and for all. Many people have been regularly messaging me on all different social media platforms to inform me of the progress they've done thanks to the information and guidance. I haven't made a single penny out of this, and it's not my point to do so, but sadly I can't be texting all day every day with people who want my opinion about their specific matter, especially when many of these people simply can't or won't even try what I'm telling them to do, because they're lazy and want to find a quick fix for it. Well, there is not a quick fix. It's a process that will likely take time. I do offer email consultations and video calls. If you need me on something specific, you can find my email in the description. Personally, I've gotten better in a few weeks doing this program. Nowadays, after a year or so of when I first started doing the program, my breathing is calmer than ever. Air hunger very rarely comes back, and if it does, then it doesn't really affect me. It's just a lot less intense than before. I was at a point in my life where I simply couldn't go to bed because of the air hunger. I would constantly stand up from my bed and force myself to get a satisfying breath. It was debilitating, depressing, and I thought my life was done as I knew it. Until I found the way after reading every available source and book there is, talking about conditions similar to ours. If you want to try to do this by yourself, then do so. It's very possible. I know you can do it. I will keep making content here for any question you might have. Just do not give up.